The, okay, now I can do it. I will call to order the Tuesday, October 19th meeting, 2021 meeting of the Fire Commission. We have a quorum. We have Commissioner DeStrews, Commissioner Bentley, and Mayor Rilling. First item on the agenda, acceptance of the minutes of the regular meeting of September 21st. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Any corrections, omissions, deletions, or additions?
Yes, on page 3, the second full paragraph seems to have an incomplete sentence. The camera
Right.
project is online, all boxes, so if, I don't know what the final word of that.
So that they could cross out the firefighters and put in combined dispatch. And then at the end, even if they are, not area, even if they are out of the building,
Okay,
that'll complete that sentence.
Okay, any other
that
corrections?
was the one I had. The second one is in the same page at the Assistant Fire Chief of Operations, first full paragraph after September 30th. And the new recruits will start on shift, or they will start.
Be they.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
thank you.
Yep.
That's all the corrections I found.
Any other?
So I have one on page 2. Firefighting foam replacement disposal. It's actually, the initials are PFAS instead of OS. So just one little,
Okay,
PFAS foam has been removed. Okay,
right, so it's PFAS.
okay.
And that's it for that.
thank you.
Okay, so seeing no other corrections, deletions, omissions, or additions, all in favor of approving the minutes as corrected?
Aye.
Aye. Commissioner Bentley, you're muted.
No, he said aye.
Oh, he did. Okay,
Yes.
so they're carried. There are no action items. That brings us to item number 4, Fire Chief's Budget Report. Chief?
Okay, so we are 3 months into the new year. And if you look at the Munis report, it's actually dated until October 18th. So we're actually like 3.5 months into this new year, just on this one Munis report. And we're actually doing pretty good. We're at 24.8%. But I wanted to just briefly touch on the Platoon budget report. The month of September, salary expenses and overtime expenses are much higher because September has 5 weeks. So if you break it down by the weeks, it's going to show more because it's 5 weeks instead of 4 weeks. 5 pay periods.
That makes sense.
Right. And last thing, if we look at the Platoon annual absence attendance summary report, which has all the codes and all the months, and we compare it to last year, we're actually 508 shifts less in injuries. We
Wonderful.
are 250 less sick days than last year. But we are 1,203 vacancy increases, and we know that because we have 17, or we had 17 vacancies. So all that falls into line, and they're doing good in that aspect.
Thank you
Okay,
for highlighting that, Chief.
So that's it for the budget.
any questions of Chief Gatto?
Good job once again. Thank you.
Absolutely, totally agree. And we know that with the vacancies, going to create a situation where you're going to be spending more in your overtime budget. Now that we've hired 12 new shift workers and they'll be ready to go out on shift, that is going to help quite a bit. And I know I believe we're hiring 6 more. And you're in the interview process, but we'll get into that later.
Yep, okay.
Okay, next item on the agenda is Assistant Fire Chief of Administrations.
Okay, so we're trying to transition a lot of the work that Assistant Chief Bassett was doing and just continuing with the University of New Haven interns that we have. Captain Conti has taken both of them under his wing, and he's instructing them on how to upgrade our data system as far as the reports that are in Firehouse software, which includes going out and doing pre-planning information and adding new properties and new contacts, and then taking out old properties that are not there anymore. So he's working with the interns, and they're here until December. So I think they'll be able to help us do a pretty good job with that. The fitness equipment grant, Chief Bassett and another firefighter, Tom Reich, put together a grant through the Assistance for Firefighter Grant. And we were awarded $55,000 for new gym equipment. And the 10% match that the fire department has to match is $5,082. So it's very good equipment that we need desperately in the stations. We're getting like 5 treadmills, 2 elliptical machines, 2 Hudson Southampton trainers, which are like weight machines, 2 rowing machines. And there's a 3-year warranty on all the product. They come in and install it. So that's the language for the grant is going to the Health and Public Safety Committee next week on the 28th, and then hopefully to the Common Council for their approval. And then we'll be able to purchase that equipment. So the money, our match money will come from one of our accounts already, so it's not any additional cost for that.
Okay.
Just one more thing about grants. We did put in for a new fireboat, and the same way the police did last year, they were awarded theirs. We were also awarded ours. So between now or next year we'll have to come up with $60,000, but it's worth 25% of a $240,000 grant, which we need that too.
And how much will we have to come up with?
25%, so 60,000.
Okay.
But that'll be we can put that in as a capital item. Okay, on to buildings now. Station 1, the Corporation Council came up with a new, what's it called, a takeover agreement. It's an agreement between the new construction company and the bonding company. And it was supposed to get on the Land Use and Building Management Committee in October's meeting, but they didn't make it on time. So now we have to wait until the November 3rd meeting. And then hopefully it will go to the Common Council on November 9th. And then the funds could be transferred to the bonding company, and then they in turn will pay the construction company as they go and redo the project. The security camera project has started. New England Traffic Solutions was awarded the bid. They've already done installing cameras at Station 3. So they're going to do all the stations. So I don't know how long that will take, but that is in the works now. Okay, that's it for that report.
Okay. Any questions of the commission?
No, thank you.
Okay, Assistant Fire Chief of Operations, Assistant Chief McCabe.
Good afternoon, everybody. The 12 probationary firefighters have completed their week of introductory training and have now gone on shift. And they're integrating into their shifts very well. We're getting good reports from the company officers. For the record, I'd like to thank Deputy Chief Markowitz. The week of training that they had before they went on shift was very well done. He came up with the curriculum, the amount of time going into coordinating it, lining up instructors, getting the facilities available was well worth it. And they got an excellent week of training, and I think are probably better suited to going on shift now than any recruits we've had in the past. So thank you to Chief Markowitz. And as I said, they're working out very well so far.
Very good.
Lieutenant Blake.
Ed,
Yep.
can I stop you for 1 second? Adam,
Yes.
Can you just tell the commissioners some of the skills that they went through, some of the training that you put them through?
I have it listed in my agenda. You want me to just go over
Oh,
it
okay.
when I get to it?
No,
Yeah.
you can wait. You can wait.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on, Lieutenant Blake, Captain Conti and I met and are looking at the fire department dispatch procedures to see how they can be made more effective and also make them ready for the integration of our new station notification software. So we'll be making some changes with dispatch and trying to get that system ready for when the upgrade comes. After the passing of firefighter Jeter on October 5th, I coordinated with the Norwalk Fire Peer Counseling Team to bring the Fairfield County Trauma Recovery Network in to speak with all 4 shifts and offer them the resources if they felt they needed additional. I think those sessions were well worth it. We got good reaction from the rank and file, and I think it helped in the process of dealing with that situation. Also, in the days leading up to firefighter Jeter's services, I spoke to the chiefs from 5 surrounding departments to line up station coverage and provide them a communications plan and operating procedures for the day of the funeral. And I'd like to thank Stamford, Fairfield, Westport, New Canaan, and Rowayton fire departments for honoring firefighter Jeter by providing coverage to the city that day. That went very smoothly, and the city was well protected, and it allowed our personnel to be at all of firefighter Jeter's services. Moving on to summary of incidents. For the month of September, we had 753 calls, averaging 25.1 per day. We had 9 fires, including 2 building fires, 42 rescues. 26 of those were motor vehicle accidents with injuries. We had 391 emergency medical responses. On 6 of those, firefighters drove the ambulance. We responded to 33 hazardous conditions, 77 public service calls. And as you'll see there, 4 of them were listed as persons in distress, 41 water problems, and 11 natural disasters. Those all can be tied into the 126 calls that we responded to during Storm Ida. So those calls were up this month largely due to that storm.
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
Yep. We responded to 149 automatic alarms. So you're just getting back to Ida for a moment. We responded to approximately 126 calls in 24 hours. And those ranged from everything from people trapped in their basements or their garages to motorists who were trapped in high water, electrical injuries, a couple roof collapses, and a lot of emergency medical calls during the height of that storm. And the crews did a great job keeping everybody in town safe during that emergency. Going to other notable incidents, we had an underground vault fire on West Avenue. Flooding in an underground vault, again, because of the storm, caused a short in one of those vaults, which caused a fire and a smoke condition on West Avenue. And Engine 2 responded with Eversource crews to take care of that. We also had a boiler explosion on Glenwood Avenue. Gas boiler exploded due to complications from storm flooding. Engine 2 and Rescue 2 responded, surveyed the damage to the structure, and also shut off gas to make the area safe. We had a watercraft rescue on Norwalk Harbor, where MU-238 responded to assist the Norwalk PD Marine Unit with a vessel that was taking on water and also transported its occupants back to shore. And we had a structure fire at 169 South Main Street, which crews contained to the room of origin and got all occupants out safely. So that wraps up notable incidents. For cumulative statistics, from January 1st to September 30th, we've had a total of 5,563 incidents. That's up 586 from last year. And we've had 8,716 runs, which is up 1,039 from last year. So overall, it's been a busy month, and our totals are up quite a bit. I can take any questions.
Any questions from the commission?
No questions. Well done. Thank you for your hard service. And I know you guys are short-staffed, but still, you are the best.
Thank you.
Commissioner Bentley? Okay, I also want to congratulate and say thank you, because not only were you out there during Storm Ida, which was an absolutely horrific storm, and out there putting yourselves on the front line, but also all throughout the COVID pandemic, men and women of the fire department have been coming to work, exposing themselves to the virus, and risking to bring that home to their loved ones or to expose other firefighters. So I just want to say thank you as well, and recognize the hard work of our fire department as true professionals they are.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Bentley, I see your. Okay, I see he tried to log on. I mean, he tried to unmute, and he did. But I'm not sure we're able to hear him.
Can you? Stonefield Apartment 1. Maybe a 6-year-old female difficulty breathing, charging. That's why I'm Connecticut Ave, Stonefield Apartment. 6-year-old female difficulty breathing and lethargic.
Okay, Commissioner, it seems like it's clear now. Okay, well, maybe he's having trouble logging on. So,
Am I on?
yeah, now you are.
Oh, okay.
You're on.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we'll move to the fire marshal's report.
Afternoon,
Fire
everyone.
Marshal Sawyer.
Hey, for the month of September, we did 169 inspections that included 39 buildings with 148 individual dwelling units, residential. We had 125 various notifications for inspections. We did 0 on the pub ed, 23 plan reviews, 7 liquor license inspections, and 9 fire investigations. We collected $905 for the month of September. That's it. Any questions from anyone?
Commissioners, any questions?
No.
Well, you have a very nice letter at the end of the report, which I think is going to be covered, but very, very proud of our organization that you are able to identify areas of danger to the community and to residents and take care of it right away. I hope that the people, the city will continue to recognize the heroes that you are.
Good.
Appreciate it.
I
Pass that on
agree.
to the guys.
I agree.
Thank you. I'll pass that on to our guys. Much appreciated.
Yeah, it was quite a scary incident, and we were fortunate enough to be able to remove those people and put them up in temporary accommodations. So thank you. Any other questions?
No,
Okay, emergency management, Ms. DeLuca.
Hi, good afternoon. Really, again, the main focus for the past few weeks has been damage assessment from IDA for residents. We are still working with the state and FEMA to try to get a declaration that includes the residential damage. The public assistance is pretty much a guarantee. The application should be going in from the state this week, and hopefully we should get an answer maybe by next week. We've had a lot of follow-up, multiple visits from FEMA, trying to get the numbers, actually a conference call now as well on some issues. So again, I'm a little bit more optimistic, and once we get that declaration, then we'll be able to get some information out to the residents who were impacted. And really, again, all residents, not just those who submitted damage reports. I did drop off some information, the reflective Halloween bags and glow sticks to both of the libraries. So for Halloween, they'll be able to give those out to the kids, just to encourage more Halloween safety and visibility for trick-or-treaters. And I'm trying to think what else. And I'm sure there's a few other things. I just can't think of them right now. But again, the main focus has been IDA and the residential damage piece.
Yeah, you've been very busy with that. We certainly understand that. We also appreciate the hard work you're putting into this, because it can be very, very difficult to log all that damage and then make an application to FEMA for funds. So thank you.
Mm.
Yeah.
Any other words from the commissioners?
Nope, just
no.
we echo your words. Thank you.
Okay, Deputy Chief Markowitz, Training Division.
Good afternoon. Last month, we concluded our 24-foot ground ladder training with all our companies. With the help of Lieutenant Boudreau, we constructed a roof prop. I attached a picture of it, which will allow the firefighters to practice ventilating a pitch roof. And then the main thing was we did the 6-day mini academy for the new recruits. Regarding that, a couple of things. One, there's a list of people here I need to thank. Assistant Chief McCabe, Captain Conti, Captain Reardon, Lieutenant DeAngelis, Lieutenant Rywalt, Lieutenant Matera, Firefighter Adams, Firefighter DiGiovanni, Firefighter Papakota, Lieutenant O'Mara, Firefighter Hart, and Firefighter Ireland. It was a pretty involved academy. It was a pretty busy 6 days. From the time they got here until the time they left, their time was accounted for. I think they would tell you that they learned a lot, that they were very busy. Some of the things we went over and during those six days were radio communications, SCBA emergencies. We did bailouts, forcible entry, hydrants, handlines, search and rescue, ground ladders. They went and learned about Marine Unit 238. We did rapid intervention team training, and we concluded it with a live burn in Darien. Overall, it was a very successful week. I think both the recruits and the instructors got a lot out of it, and hopefully it's something that will continue in the future. And I can answer any questions regarding that or anything else if you have any.
Any questions from the commissioners?
No questions,
No.
but again, congratulations on the job well done, and thank you
Sounds
for the
good.
picture.
Thank you.
Commissioner Bentley?
No, sounds good.
Okay, yeah, I look at the new roof prop.
Yep.
They vent the roof so that the fire concentrates towards the oxygen. Is that it?
Correct. So if you look at the picture that I included, there's a center cutout. That's and next month, we're going to be doing this next week. So I'll include pictures next month of the guys, of the firefighters actually using it. You practice cutting that cutout piece. It's replaceable. So we have 140 of those 4x4 pieces pre-cut. So when they're cut up, we can just replace it. But they practice cutting a hole in the roof, which draws the fire to the hole. So in a true fire, the heat, smoke, and fire travel to that hole and exit the building, allowing the firefighters to either conduct a successful search or get water on the fire.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, I know that's a very dangerous thing too, because I believe I've read many times about a roof collapsing while the firefighters were up on it and they lose their lives. So that's a very dangerous thing. But in some cases, when there's an occupied building, I guess that really is the only way to make things safer.
Yeah, this will provide an opportunity for the firefighters to work on a pitched roof, operate equipment on a pitched roof, and get the techniques down to successfully ventilate a pitched roof. So it's going to be a big help for the department.
Good.
Good.
Very good. Okay.
Prior to this type of prop, we were relying on like old abandoned buildings or houses they were going to tear down. We would go there and practice on some of those roofs. But a lot of new people that come on the job don't have experience working with saws, climbing a ladder, let alone standing up on a pitched roof.
Yeah.
So it's really, Adam did a great job with that, and the guys did a great job with that too.
Good.
As the chief said, that last week or last month, we finished with the ground ladder training across the department. So of course, 1 month builds upon another. So they'll be able to utilize that ground ladder training with the 24s that they did last month. And that'll be incorporated into the roof prop drill, which will be next month. So again, thanks to Deputy Chief Markowitz with his curriculum, which one drill builds upon the next, and is keeping everybody, very well trained and ready to perform this at fires.
Very good. Commissioner DeStrouge.
Yes, I do have a question. Thank you. This is for training for Adam Markowitz. Does the training take into account, or does it make any difference for night operations? How do you account for that in your training?
At present, we don't train right now at night. Presently, right now, we don't conduct night training. We have the ability to, but at this moment, we don't do it right now.
Okay, but you can simulate it by.
Yeah, in real life, for this prop in particular, the working at night wouldn't be as much of an issue because of the lighting that's on the aerial. We have lighting on the aerial trucks and the ladder trucks that light up the area where you're approaching. So it's that doesn't come into play.
Answered my question. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Thank you.
So there is no report from Local 830, no old business, new business, Chief.
Okay, we want to introduce a new fire department chaplain. I apologize, we didn't get this as part of the document for the package. Anyway, his name is Father Jeffrey Couture. He's out of St. Matthew's Parish. He was ordained a priest in 2010. He's been at a few different parishes. He came to St. Matthew's earlier this year. Prior to that, he was a Weston police chaplain for 3 years and a Weston fire chaplain for 3 years. He's also the chaplain of the Knights of Columbus. He serves on a board of directors for Malta House in Norwalk. His pastoral ministry passions are youth and family support, to assist in critical response, and to help those who are infirmed, those who are dying, and those who are in grief. He did attend firefighter Jeter's services. Mayor, I don't know if you got a chance to speak to him, but he's very excited about becoming one of the fire department chaplains. He will be replacing Father Paul St. Car from St. Thomas. So we wouldn't be gaining another chaplain. We're just going to replace one for one.
He'll have to be administered an oath of office by the commission.
Right.
We'll take care of that. If you can make, actually, any one of us can do it. Doesn't need to be at a meeting, but Father Monsignor Scheid introduced me to him probably a couple of months ago now. We went over
Okay,
and toured the new facility that they're building over there, the recreational facility. So, yeah, I think there's no problem with that. I don't know. I think the other commissioners would agree.
No problem.
How many fire chaplains do we have now?
well, we have Deacon Don Burr. We have our own fire commissioner, Dave Struge. I know he's retired.
Honorary.
And we had the St. Thomas father. So technically, I guess we have 3.
Was Reverend Curtis, was he a part of the chaplaincy at one point?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, there's no limit to the number of chaplains you can have. And sometimes if you have, 4 or 5, it's easier to find somebody when you need an emergency situation, a notification, or something like that. So we'll bring in Father Couture.
Yep.
And have him arrange to come into my office, I guess, and get the oath of administration, unless he wants to fly to Greece. Commissioner
He would,
D'Souza?
he would probably love to do that, but may I suggest an alternate additional name for this function? And that would be Reverend Elizabeth Abel from the Cornerstone Community Church. And the purpose of that is to diversify our chaplains. I think of her because she's wonderful. She is my pastor, but also because she's a woman. And as we begin to integrate women into our organization, I think it's important that we have their representation. And she's African American, which I'm so blessed to be one of her followers.
I think that's an excellent suggestion, and I will reach out to her.
Thank you, Mayor.
We meet with her on a lot of occasions, and you're right, she's an absolutely remarkable person, a wonderful person.
Okay, so Mary, you're going to do that.
Yep,
Okay,
I think she'll be very honored.
yeah, that'll be good.
Okay. Next is a discussion on part-time fire inspectors.
Okay, I put that in this month. As you know, a couple years ago, we had 2 part-time inspectors, and their main function was to catch us up on our residential properties that had to be inspected. In discussions with Fire Marshal Sawyer and some of his staff, we decided that probably would be a good time to try to reintroduce the 2 part-time inspectors. We have 1 inspector now that is on long-term injury for the last 5 months. And we have 1 inspector that will be leaving us in January. And it would, it takes almost 6 months or more to get somebody completely certified. And this way, to have two part-time already certified would be a huge help to us.
Do you have anybody in mind, or do we have to search for somebody?
I don't have anybody in mind. We'd have to go through the whole, bid selection and or put the notice out, and like we did last time. So it could take, a month or 2 to get a couple of people on board. I do have almost enough for one part-timer in the salary I have now, but I have to ask for an additional like 38,000 for another inspector.
All right, well, first of all, we should take a vote on that to authorize you to search for 2 part-time inspectors. And then when you find them, they can, I would imagine they'd probably have to be sworn in as well. So can I have a motion to move this forward?
So moved.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Commissioner Bentley?
No. Mayor?
Yes.
Hello?
Hi.
I'm sorry. I just have to bug out for a minute. My wife needs some attention.
That's more important.
Okay,
you
I'm
have to-
sorry. I apologize.
That's not a problem. So the motion carries. And Chief, you'll keep us up to date on that.
Yes, we will begin the process.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And next item is correspondence. I know that we've alluded to that, but Chief, you want to go ahead and talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Broderick might actually know, because he actually went to
Okay.
the address and is still actually working with the property owner. So the whole thing started, I believe, as one of the inspectors was driving by, they noticed this tree leaning against the house, which is also impeding the fire escape. And of course, you know, fire escapes cannot be impeded. So they looked into it and they found a lot more than just a tree against a fire escape. But they potentially, you know, pretty much avoided a pretty serious, if you had an incident there, it would have been pretty serious. So
Mhm.
what they did, you know, saved a lot of people at that point. So Broderick, you want to just
Yes,
bring everybody up to date?
Yes. Currently, they're in compliance. The tenants were able to move back in. I went out and wrote a violation notice for like 9 violations. I gave them 7 days to complete the most serious violations, smoke alarms, egress issues we had, and removing the people from the basement that shouldn't have been in there in the first place. So the gentleman, it took him like 6 days, Mr. Islam, he took care of it, and they reoccupied Friday, or last Friday. Right now, he's cleared up everything. He's got a couple of minor violations to clear up, but I think that he is going to be in compliance. It was definitely a big find. They had the tree shored up with a ground ladder, which I don't know how that would hold up this giant tree, but that was their idea of keeping it from falling on the house. So yeah, I mean, it looks good now. He's doing everything he's supposed to do, and that's really all we can ask for, compliance.
Excellent job by the inspector. Excellent job. And quite a notification. Or an observation.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a good job.
So you'll make sure that you pass his thanks and appreciation from the commission on to Fire Inspector Burrows and to the team, to the rest of the team that worked so hard to get this back up, including Fire Marshal Sawyer.
Okay,
All right.
there is one more under correspondence, which I didn't get time to put into the packet either, but during the summer, Stepping Stones Museum was building a community heroes commemorative tile wall. And I don't know if you can see this, the fire department, there we are right there.
Yeah.
We purchased
Mhm.
4 tiles, and that's what the wall looks like now. So we are represented on the wall,
Very nice.
Stepping Stones Museum. Okay, that's it for that.
Now, I believe I need a motion to go into executive session to discuss the vacant assistant chief's position and new candidates. So do I have a motion?
So moved.
Commissioner Bentley, had you returned? Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
It is 3:42 and we will go into executive session. I'm sure I have the link someplace, but if you don't see me in there in a few minutes, come rescue me.
Okay, and this room will remain open for us to return?
Yep, so this room will stay open the whole time. When everybody's in executive session in that separate meeting, I will make somebody the host.
Okay.
That way they can control it. And then whenever that meeting is finished, all you have to do is just click the same link that you did to get into the meeting we're in now. And this will be open.
Okay, you should make Chief Gatto the host.
Got it. Will do.
Okay,
Thank
so I'll
you.
leave this.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Oh, okay. The mayor had to unfreeze his computer. Taking a while. Mayor, you're
Welcome back.
muted.
Now, the time is now 4:03. We are out of executive session. During executive session, no motions were made and no votes were taken. Do I have any motions?
275
Yes.
a.m. Walgreens, we have Panera.
Let me hold on until that stops.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. The Fire Commission is pleased to authorize the promotion of Captain Mark Conti to be
Oh, we
promoted
want to
to
make the motion
assistant.
to approve them.
Oh,
Yeah, to appoint them.
yeah, I'm making the motion to approve it. Yes. We're making the motion to approve the promotion of Captain Mark Conti to Assistant Chief, subject to approval of the appropriate contract. And Lieutenant Roy Gagney to Captain and firefighter Edward Marr to Lieutenant.
Based on the same time frame for the assistant chief, yeah. Okay, so the motion on the floor is to promote Captain Mark Conte to the position of Assistant Chief, Lieutenant Roy Gagney to the position of Captain, and firefighter, is it Anthony Marr?
Edward Marr.
Edward Marr
Edward, yeah.
to the position of Lieutenant, and that's based all on the approval of the contract by Captain Conti.
Correct.
Okay. Any further discussion on that motion? All in
Nope.
favor?
Aye.
Aye. Commissioner Bentley, have you rejoined us? Apparently not. So the motion carries. And congratulations, when appropriate, to the new promotees. And now I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The motion carries and it is 4:05 and we are adjourned.
Okay. You have a wonderful rest of the day.
You're muted, Chief.
Sorry. I just want to say thank you, Ray, thank you.
Yes.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
Okay.
everybody.
We'll
Have a good
talk
day.
soon.
Bye-bye.
All right, you, bye.
Okay.